Good morning, Know Her Truths. So I had all kinds of bets going on. One was a number of yellow dresses that might happen this morning. I flew down yesterday afternoon from Washington, D.C., and I knew that the flight I was on was primarily a flight of folks headed down to this conference. Hey, Jenna, how are you? And I knew that it was primarily a Know Her Truths flight because everybody was a natural hair black girl reading Push Out. And I was like, yes, my people are coming to Winston-Salem. I had a little feeling in my inside heart part. Thank you so much for being here today. We have been, by which I mean primarily my co-director, Sarah Kugler, and my team, who I'll introduce in a bit, have been working extraordinarily hard over the course of the past couple of months to put together what we hope is going to be an exhausting and enlivening and valuable day and a half for all of you. We started yesterday in the work that we're up to around our collaborative to advance equity and our intersectional research agenda. It was already a day that reconfirmed what we've known for a long time, but have seen in a very intense way over the course of the past 6 months in the work that we've been doing, which is really that there is a community of activists, scholars, artists, citizens who are basically starving to death. Starving to death for a set of conversations, a space, an opportunity to be together. We keep making agendas and we'll stay on agenda for a minute, and then it turns out people just really have a lot to say to one another and rarely have the space and the time and the resources to do it. And so it is just a great honor to have a little bit of space and time and resource to make for you. And I'm emotional about it because this is where I went to college. I was an undergraduate student here at Wake Forest University, and so I was walking onto campus this morning and thinking about what it meant to me to have a chance to invite and welcome all of you to campus today. Now, part of this was made possible by the Ms. Foundation for Women. They're going to be here a little bit later in the day. I got a selfie this morning from Teresa Younger, who is at the airport stuck because of weather. But she's going to be here a little bit later. They made a generous grant to help make this possible. But it's also made possible in large part by a commitment made by Wake Forest to this work, to the Anna Julia Cooper Center. And so I'm going to introduce to you in just a moment Provost Rogan Kirsch, who has in fact been a real champion of our center, who got from the beginning what intersectional work might contribute. And I just want to really make this point as clearly as I can. On so many university campuses, the work of intersectional research is often considered co-curricular. It's something we do for political reasons, or it's something we do to make the campus look good, or it's something we do for, to keep the students happy. The thing that has made Wake Forest a place for me to be home again, despite the fact that it is in North Carolina, HB2, we're going to talk about all of that, I promise, after I let the provost say a few words. But the thing that has made it home for me is that I have heard my provost repeatedly articulate that this work is not co-curricular, but curricular, that it is central. And, the big question I keep asking myself is what happens if you put women and girls of color at the center? What happens if we start here and then move out from here? What if we're not hanging out on the margins, but in fact presume that our stories, our questions, our interests, our hypotheses, our truths are actually central to the intellectual work, to the scholarly work, to the activism, to the artistry, to to the work, in this case of a university, but to all of the work that we're going to talk about over the course of the next day and a half. I think the world probably tips on its axis, but I think that will be that'll be in part up to us to see. So I want to introduce to you my provost, Rogan Kirsch, who's going to say a few words, and then I'm going to come back and open us up with some of the details of the conference.